Hello guys, in this video we'll discuss generic associated types or GATs in Rust. Before we dive into generic associated types or even talk more about GATs in terms of when and where do we need it, let's remind ourselves what are generic types. Let's recap our memory with a very basic example. We have a print integer that prints an integer. We have a print string that prints a string. Both are kind of doing the same operation of print, but since both are different types, we have two different methods. And now if I run this, it will print 1 and subscribe to semicolon. Instead, we can just replace it with a print item that accepts t as a generic item and prints it. So here you go. Now instead of having print integer and print string, we have passing 1 and string to the same method, which is print item, and it prints it for us. In a more simple terms, you can imagine a box that can literally fit anything: toys, books, clothes. Now you don't want to make a new box for literally everything. Same is the case here. In programming, we don't want to rewrite the same function or same method for different types. Instead, if the operation to be performed is exactly the same, then we use generics. Now, since we know what are generics, let's talk about the other part, which is associated types. Now right here, we have a trait iterator, a type item, and a method next. Now think of this trait as a recipe or role. And the associated type item is like a specific ingredient for that recipe. And that depends on the person who follows it. So right here, type item is an associated type. Let's extend this example to even understand better. We have our iterator as it is with associated type item. And then we have a counter struct where we implement iterator. And here we say that type item, the associated type for this implementation is a U32, an integer. And we just go ahead with our code. And then when we do next, we get the next item for our count. So right here, the associated types is U32. In a more easy terms, associated types are types linked to your trait, kind of like a slot to fill. So as you can see here, the slot is filled by an integer. Now let's take another example to build up to GATs, where we try to feel the need of GATs to understand why do we even need it or when do we need it before we talk about the solutions. So here we have a container type items, returns items. We have a struct number box, and then we import container for number box, type associated type as integer, and we just run our program. This would run perfectly fine. But the problem here is we are returning a owned vector or cloned vector. And why do we do that? Because the container type item can't be tied to the lifetime of self, forcing us to return owned vector, as you guys can see here, instead of more efficient iterator with a lifetime. Now what if we try to do that? So as you can see, we get an error of we are trying to move the numbers, and that's not possible because we are not using the lifetime. So how can we achieve that? Now instead, we change our program a little, where the example still remains the same, but now the associated type is a GET, generic associated type, where we pass the lifetime as well, as you guys can see right here, and then we return. Now example remains the same, everything remains the same, but as you guys can see right here, now we are not cloning. Instead, we are iterating and returning number one by one right here. So instead of returning all the vector and owned vector, we are returning an iterator and consume on demand, but no cloning, nothing. So now while thinking about gets, imagine you want your recipe ingredients to change depending on some conditions, like a cake recipe that uses different types of flour depending on the season. Let's take this example. We have a couple of traits, string container and vector container. Both are separate recipes. As we discussed previously, think of a trait as a recipe. So string container, one recipe, vector container, second recipe. Here we get str, here we get slice. Kind of same, but still we have two separate recipes. Okay, let's go ahead. Then we import string container for string, and then vector container for vector. And right here, we just call our methods as it is and run our program. So when we run this, as you can see, we are able to get hello pen and vector container returns 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's discuss the pain points here. We need separate trait for each return type. As you can see, the difference is return type. Processing is kind of same, okay? But still we need to separate recipes to separate traits. We can't write one generic function for all the containers. Let's say in future we want to add more types, we have to add more traits. So basically it's kind of code duplication and trait explosion. So we are using separate traits for literally every type. Now this is what get helps us fix it. So let's fix it and then understand how get helped it. Here is how our code looks like with gets. We have a single trait now instead of multiple traits. For each type, we have a single container trait and we implement for string and vector. So single container trait means a single recipe and associated type as an ingredient which can be added by whoever follows it or implements. Here it's str, here it's a slice. So what happens now? The code duplication is reduced with gets. And how do we read this? An associated type out, which is output, is generic over lifetime A, and the implementing type must live at least as long as A. And if we run this, there you go. Same as the output when we were, duplicating the code and not using gets. So generic associated types, gets in Rust allow traits to define associated types that are generic over lifetime or types, enabling more flexible and reusable abstraction. As you can see right here, the reusability is immense compared to the previous solutions that we are working on to trying to understand this problem. So I hope you guys understand gets. Try to experiment on your own and run into the similar problems as we run into this video. Try to pause, understand. If you have any questions, feel free to leave in the comments, or you can join me on my Discord, link in description. I'll catch you guys in another video with another interesting topic. Until then, bye bye.